Hi guys, welcome back to the Filmreelcast. I'm Stuart, your host. I hope everyone is safe and well in this really crappy time for everyone. Okay, hopefully it's a lighten the mood. We're back in the dojo. It's episode 7, season 3 of Cobra Kai, called Obstacles. Okay, it's been a while since I've been here because we've got One Division that's come out. I've tried to get that out every single week on a Friday. So far I'm succeeding. And I've done other film reviews as well. I've done American Mary, Happy Death Day, and Caliber. They're all non-spoilers, so you can watch that and it won't ruin the experience of the film. They're just short reviews I've done, probably at 9 minutes long, 6 minutes long, and it's just because it's so crap to try and find something to watch. Everything is repeats. It's total shit. So I thought if I can help everyone choose a quick film, then why not? But without further ado, let's get back in the dojo. It's Cobra Kai, episode 7, season 3. So we start off, and boo to you if you were fooled by this, of a dream sequence. It's Samantha. She's at Miyagi-Do, and then suddenly Tori turns up, and they have a bit of a fight. And it ends up with Tori holding Samantha's head under the water and drowning her until she dies, and then she wakes up. Now let me know. Just come out the closet, be embarrassed, let me know if you fell for this. If you did, shame on you, because it was a bit tacky, a bit unbelievable. There was no way Samantha's going to die. There's no way Tori's going to turn up just yet. These two aren't going to fight at least till episode 10, I believe, or maybe in season 4. So it was a good attempt, but you didn't fool me. But again, it goes to highlight just how mentally scarred that Samantha is through being assaulted in the school. And again, through when Dimitri was beaten up, she froze and she blew all her mates out and she left her mates hanging. Especially Dimitri, got his arm broken. I mean, Jesus, that was so savage, if you remember. So she's really got issues with PTSD about what happened. And you learn it's clear that Amanda and Daniel just don't know how much she's been scarred by this incident of when she was assaulted. And to try and rectify this, Daniel agrees to take Samantha fishing. And he's always got motives in karate, especially with the LaRussos. There's always a motive. There's always some good that will come out of anything as a lesson to be learned. Pouring a cup of coffee will be a block. We even saw, back in the beginning, I think it was season 1, when Robbie was stapling, it was a block staple. When he was sweeping the floor, when he was cleaning the cars, there's always a karate move. So he takes Samantha fishing, and they recollect, they talk about Mr. Miyagi, they talk about when she went out there with them beforehand, when Miyagi was still alive, and she was on the front of the boat balancing. And that she was really, really good at it. And she gets a hump like most teenagers do, saying, you only took me out here to try and get me to do karate again. Daniel teaches her, reminds her how to cast out. And then on the way back, they stop at the All Valley Stadium. And here you get a nod to Karate Kid 3. The Terry Silver, the callback. I mean, for me, this is a film that I try to ignore. I didn't enjoy this film. I found it really, really corny. And the films just got worse as they went on. So, I mean, the Hilary Swank ones, less we talk about them, the better, I think. I mean, let me know. You might love them more than the Daniel LaRusso ones. If you do, please tell me why. Please help me understand. But they go back there and they talk about the fear. And Daniel talks about how scared he was when he was in the dojo and he was injured. And all the odds were stacked against him. And he says he got over that fear with the help of Mr. Miyagi to go on and win. And he says to Samantha, if you want to win, you've got to face your fear and not be afraid of it. And I'll back you all the way. So meanwhile, Johnny is training Miguel. And he's kind of going through physio, but he's going through the old school way. It's like Rocky. In Rocky 2, I think when he was catching that chicken. You can imagine Johnny getting Miguel to catch a chicken. So he's going through the training. And you've got a brilliant soundtrack. You've got Wasp playing. Again, you get the 80s rock callback. And it's really good.
Poke. Move those gimp legs. Go, Diaz, move it. We're almost there. Let's go, let's go. Fast.
So they're training, and what they need to do is try and get more recruits. It's evident that he can't get, at the moment that is, he can't get Cobra Kai back because Kreese has got hold and Johnny's walked away. And I think that's a decision he really, really regrets. So he's looking up to set a new dojo. And he goes to this really posh, up-to-date, this really modern gym. And it's clear he's got no clue of how to do business and what you need to do to get these kind of properties. Just look at this.
Take it.
Well, we still need a contract. And I'll need to run a credit.
I prefer if you didn't. What do you say we just skip all that crap? Make a good old-fashioned handshake deal. Like men.
That makes me laugh, because Johnny's proper old school. What's a contract? We don't need contracts. We don't need credit checks. Let's just do a man's handshake. And then he goes to a warehouse, which is the kind of warehouse where you'd expect to find like the human centipede or Dexter to go and take someone to kill them. It's a really unpleasant looking place. And again, he can't afford that. So he goes to good old fresh air. He goes to the local park. And he can't believe that someone can go to a park and practice karate without it costing anything. Now, if you look at the lockdown now that we're in, everyone's out exercising. It's brilliant. You see so many people out running, jogging, walking their dogs, and just walking in general. So everyone's down the park exercising. But Johnny can't believe that you don't have to pay in a park to exercise. It just goes to show how detached from like reality that he really is. It's great. So Miguel goes back to school, and the first person he sees is Hawk. And they reunite like friends. Reason being, Miguel has no clue what's happened. What went down in the Laser Quest rink, where Dimitri got his arm broken and everyone got their ass kicked. He's completely unaware that's happened. And that's when he sees Dimitri in the corridor with the cast on his arm. And he asks him what happened, and he says, we really need to talk. Things have changed. Things are getting well out of hand. So we go to the canteen. And we're introduced to the character who I love to dislike. It's Kyler. He's a real dick. This guy's a bully. He really is the ultimate bully and needs a comeuppance. It was so good last time when he got his ass kicked. When he was properly humbled and embarrassed in front of everyone. So poor old Dimitri bumps into him. And he causes a bit of a scene. And he's got the sling on his arm, or the cast on his arm rather. And what Kyler does, he draws a massive dick. But credit to him, he does balls as well. Usually people just do a dick. There's no spunk drips on there, which would have been good. Nice finishing touch. It's just a dick and balls. So, and that embarrasses everyone. And what surprised me, I don't know how to feel about this, is that Yasmin, of all people, starts to have sympathy for Dimitri. Remember, she was there. She's been bullied. She was the bully. She was the ultimate bitch in season 1. She had Moon, she had Samantha, her little cohorts hanging around with her, backing up everything that she did. And she made people's lives an absolute misery. Then she got wedged by Aisha in front of everyone, of everything. It was a front wedgie, so it must have hurt even more. And that's really kind of tamed her. That's really made her realise the kind of difference that bullies make. So she feels sorry for Dimitri. And unbelievably, she starts to fancy him. And have feelings for him. I don't believe it. I don't think that would actually happen. I can understand the sympathy, but not the kind of feelings. So she meets Dimitri in the corridor after again he's been bullied. His books are thrown on the floor and signs his plaster. And she writes on his cast, which surprised me. She writes, "I love your big dick," which is really surprising. Because I didn't think she'd write that of everything else. Talk about coming out of the closet of the way you feel. And she even signs her name, Yaz, on there. And you can see that connection and sparks start to fly that something might happen. I mean, good for Dimitri. He's properly punching above his weight. And if he can get anything out of that, then good luck to him. So Johnny, whilst in school to meet Miguel, bumps into Hawk and all the other students who he used to train. And he says to them,
I screwed up. And I'm sorry. I made it about me. And that's not what a sensei does. I took the easy way out. I gave up.
I mean, fair play to Johnny saying this. I mean, it took a lot of balls in front of everyone admitting that he was wrong. And will it work? Will they come down? And will he be able to train him again? And will they dump Kreese? That's the big question. So Samantha's back at home. And she's training. And Daniel comes in. And he throws her this stick. I don't know. It's like a stick, a broom handle. I don't know what it is. I'm sure it's got some kind of lovely technical name, but it's a stick. He throws the stick to her, and they start to train. And he says to her, like, cast the rod and stuff like that. So she says, well, everything was like a training exercise when we were fishing. It wasn't simply fishing. And of course it wasn't. Come on, Samantha. You're better than that. How naive can you be? You should know everything you do must relate to karate. Jesus, you live in that same house. So they have a really good sparring session and they bond. And they're back on track. They're focused to try and take down Cobra Kai. So we finish off with Johnny in the park with his little collection of students and his new karate school. And we learn the new name of his school.
Welcome to Eagle Fang Karate.
Of course it's got to be that name. Why wouldn't it be? You've got the mixture of Iron Eagle. You've got Rock. It's so hard. An eagle with fangs. It's proper old school badass. I love it. It's cheesy, but that's Johnny. And then we see Hawk turn up. And then we see Kyla turn up. And Tori turns up. And for a minute, for that split second, Johnny believes he's changed everyone's mind. That they are going to join him. Oh, Johnny, you're so naive. Bless your heart. You see Kreese, who gives him one last warning, and have a bit of a small face-off in a chat, and Kreese says, I'll give you one chance. Come back to me and I'll teach you. Come back to the dark side. Of course he's not going to do that. So Johnny basically gives him the massive finger and says, I'm not doing that. And that's how it's left. You've got the rival karate schools. You've now got Johnny against Kreese. You've now got Daniel against Kreese. All it takes is for Johnny and Daniel to turn up and join forces and have some kind of ultimate Premier League, a massive kick-ass karate school. That would be absolutely awesome. But I mean, would Johnny go to Miyagi-Do? I honestly don't know. I've not seen anything else apart from episode 7, like forward, so I've got no idea. It'll be interesting to see the way it goes. I'm glad that Samantha has finally dealt with her PTSD, and that Amanda and Daniel were aware of it, because that was dragging on. That was like, Jesus Christ, get it out of your fucking system. Just talk about it. That's all we want. And now it's going to be interesting to see how much concentration that Dimitri can put into his karate. Now he's getting some. And we learn he is, because you see him kissing Yasmin. How much he can concentrate, and now he's discovered females. So that's going to play on. And obviously Miguel, Hawk. Miguel's still weak. Surely he can't carry on doing the karate and go back to the way he was and the level he was. He's going to have to build himself up. Is he going to get his ass kicked in the meantime by Hawk? We'll have to wait and see. Okay, that was episode 7, season 3 of Karate Kid. No, it wasn't. It's Cobra Kai. But it just feels like it. Okay, subscribe. Look at my playlist. Look at all the other videos you've got. There's so much for you to watch. We've got the audio podcast as well. Over 120 episodes, different films, different TV series, something for everyone. Check that out. That's on all good podcasting platforms. Okay, I'm Stuart. This is the Filmreelcast, and I will see you very soon.